Welcome back to Fast Pace for Headspace. Up next, we have rewardadrawer, I think I pronounced it correctly this time, is going to be running Stardew Valley Marriage Percent, one-player glitchless. Before we head into that, I do want to let everyone know that Monolith, Relics of the Past, Choose Your Ship in poll is going to be closing soon, so get your donations in. Right now, D13 is winning with $50. Second place is Overlord at 10, so get your donations in. Also, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Climb the Mountain target has almost been met. We are almost there. So keep those donations in. Remember, you can donate towards a target and a poll at the same time. You do not have to split your donations between the two. And lastly, we just opened a new bid war for Chicory, A Colorful Tale, costume choice. You can choose between Reptar, Bat Dog, Captain Timo, and Poison Mushroom. But without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to rewardadrawer. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
I know I'm doing well.
Perfect. With me, I have Blackheart Wings on commentary. She'll be providing a lot of the details behind what's going on, especially for things that require a lot of focus on my end. Before we begin, there are a couple things that I need to state about this run that happened in character creation. First off, our incentives were Sonic and Cat won. So
Sanic.
This is the detailing that you need for Sanic. If you ever want to run Sanic in your own game, I've got a bunch of these pre-gen characters you can, season to taste. So for this run, it is essential that you have 3 starting cabins and a separate cabin layout. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail with that as they come up. But this allows the cabins to be as spaced out as possible, so you can get a cabin closer to Shane's house. Another one that'll come up in fall, that we'll go into more detail there. And you also want the forest farm for your starting farm, so that you get forage opportunities in spring. So we'll go into more detail with that as we approach it as well. And lastly, we're going to skip the intro because this is a speed run. We don't care about exposition. But your grandfather dies and gives you a farm. That's the story. All right. The start will happen when I click OK in 3, 2, 1, go.
So one of the key things that we do at the beginning is we pick up our parsnip seeds and we plant them. It's really important for the money at the beginning of the run. We need to harvest these seeds later on so we can get both money as well as a farming level. The farming level 1, will come in handy later on in the summer. Let me see. I've got notes here. So yeah, one particular thing you'll notice is that Rad won't be watering all of the seeds. They'll be watering only a handful, and that will come in handy. As far as the rain goes.
Yes. A significant part of that is that basically we have a couple parsnips that we need before the others, and what we're actually doing right now is we're just fishing for rain days. As you can hear on Spring 3 is a rain day that always happens, and there are 2 other rain days that'll happen always during this run, and those are summer 13 and 26. Everything else is RNG.
During the spring, there is an 18.3% chance of it raining on any given day. In the summer, it's a little bit different. I think I can cover that once we get to the summer, but right now we have a pretty decent chance of it raining during the spring. Right now we're hoping for 3 rain days. If we include the rain day that we had on spring the 3rd, then we're waiting on 2.
Oh, that's a rain day. Sorry, my audio is a little low, so I'm not totally hearing the audio cue.
Speaking of rain days, we have a $100 donation from RoboPossum saying, "Good luck with the run. Here's hoping for 10 summer rain days."
Oh, please. Give me 10 rain days. I'd love it.
Thank you. Possum's a great member of our community.
2 that we need right there. Just going to clear some halfway down. Oh, it's a bad path.
You also may notice that Rad is doing things a little bit quicker. They're using their their axe a little quicker than usual and the scythe a little quicker than usual. This is something called animation canceling. It's a speed tech that is it spawned from a debug in the game, in that if you hit 3 specific keys, your animation as you are doing an action will reset to base, and if you cancel it at just the right time, you'll be able to basically like use your axe, use your scythe as super duper quickly. It saves so much time. It isn't super necessary to do animation canceling if you're speedrunning Stardew Valley, but it definitely helps for going fast.
And believe it or not, it is probably the most mechanically intensive thing that this run does, unless you're running Glitchless or some specific niche categories. And the reason for that is because you need to be doing all of these button inputs every single time you use a tool. And on top of that, it's all frame dependent. The different tools operate at different speeds, and the actual frame that the tool use happens is the frame that you hear the audio cue. So I'm listening every time I use a tool, I'm listening for the audio sound to happen. And then I'm canceling right after that audio sound happens as quickly as possible.
Rhythmic. If you get into the groove, it's really easy. It's something easy to learn, but very hard to master, I find.
Yeah, I was much better at this with my old keyboard and mouse setup, and now I'm using a mechanical keyboard. And the action on the keyboard is actually pretty significantly longer, and it's really hard to get into a rhythm with it. If you see like my old PBs and everything like that, the strats that I use are very outdated and worse, but my animation canceling is much better.
With Marriage Percent, the routes are changing all the time because we keep coming up with new and really interesting ideas on how to go fast. We'll cover a few more of those recent developments later on in the run. But right now we are just running down and talking to Shane, gifting him these parsnips. Parsnips are a generally liked gift. A lot of the villagers in Stardew Valley really like parsnips. It's a pretty safe gift to give everybody. And the whole reason we romance Shane in the first place is because he's one of the fastest marriageable candidates in Glitchless, at the very least. His schedule really allows for us to visit him really quickly. We can say hi to him. He leaves his house at 7:10 in the morning on a weekday. And his loved gifts, the things that he really likes, are super easy to get during the speedrun. So yeah, we prioritize Shane, our favorite grumpy ranchman.
Yes, and there are actually a couple other significant things about Shane. We can skip all of his story. None of it actually comes up at any significant point. Oh, good. Rid of. So there's a very relevant story behind Shane. He is dealing with depression and sort of self-medicating with alcohol. And that's going to become relevant both in story and game mechanics, but we're not actually going to see the story part of it. So just know that we kind of enable him for a little bit with beer before we can switch to an actual harvestable gift. Sorry about that. The story focuses a lot on his recovery from alcoholism. We don't actually see that though.
So as you can see, while we have some downtime in between visiting Shane and giving him some gifts, Rad is chopping down some trees. Over the course of the entire run, we're going to need approximately 850 pieces of wood. We need 50 wood to craft a chest, which you saw Rad do earlier on in the run. That chest is hanging out in the cabin now. We also need 50 wood for a scarecrow for the summer. The other, I'd say 750. Yeah, the other 750 goes towards repairing the bridge. There is a bridge on the beach that gives us access to one of the most, if not the most important item in the run, which is the, oh my gosh, it's the marriage pendant. It's shaped like a shell, and you get it from the old mariner, and he only shows up on that beach when it's raining. Rain is a very important aspect of this run.
Yes. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're about to adopt a cat, and I need y'all to name it for me. Oh, how about that? I know that Blackheart wanted Miso. You're fine with Miso?
Oh yeah, I love Miso. It's such a great name. It's so cute. Let's name him Miso.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So now, I'm going to be doing just a little bit of cutting. This is our first major forage day, and it's very heavily economy dependent. This is going to be how we get our beers for Shane. This is Shane's birthday, and the birthday is actually very significant because of the friendship mechanic. Gifts given on birthday, interactions, all interactions, quests, and everything that happen on the birthday are just much more valuable. We aren't going to be able to get a quest in, unfortunately. There is a YOLO strat that happens in all of the world record friendly runs. That just is fortunately not marathon friendly, so we're not going to be getting into that. But basically what happens is if you interact with as few people and objects as possible, you can increase your chances of getting a quest on the 19th that allows you to basically reap a bunch of benefits on the 20th if you return that quest on Shane. Okay. It isn't marathon friendly, but it's basically the thing that kills or enables runs at the highest level. If you manage to watch any of Habu's speedruns, you'll see it pretty commonly. Although I think he is done with this category because he's achieved sub 40. First and only person to do that?
I think so. Habu has pioneered this category, definitely, and you will usually see the Billboard YOLO strat employed. It's very RNG heavy. You can definitely manipulate it, but it's super tricky, very RNG dependent. You have to remember to not do specific things. Like, for example, if you open up your menu while gunning for, or at least hoping to get Billboard YOLO, it reduces your chance of getting a quest from Shane. So it's real finicky. The Billboard YOLO strat.
Yeah, every interaction that you do basically decreases the chances that you get Billboard YOLO. Now, I can't remember the exact math mechanics, but they dictate what point we give gifts, you know, how we path around our birthdays and everything like that. We're fortunate not to have rain on Shane's birthday, because Shane's schedule changes drastically on his birthday, but if it's raining, he does the same old thing. He's not going to leave the house until close to noon today. So right now, we're just running around, doing a bunch of forage and wood chopping. I'm not doing nearly enough wood chopping for this, but we're basically just trying to gather as much forage materials as humanly possible during this time. Fortunately, I don't think we're getting nearly enough to do some of the more advanced strategies. So we're probably going to rely on old tried and true methods of door.
Go with 6. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, reliable.
I was talking about the wood.
Yes, so, yeah, we do need 750 wood after our scarecrow and chest. 300 of it goes to the bridge, and the other 400 goes to upgrading our house. We cannot get married in our little cottage. We need to upgrade to a proper house before. So,
yeah,
we're going to be working towards that as well. It's where most of this economy stuff is going.
We also need at least 1,500 gold?
15,000.
15,000. Oh, I'm bad at reading numbers.
Now, I'm going to move this house that we've been working out of down here. Let's see if we can move this. We're just going to move this down here really quick. This will decrease our walk time for the entire rest of the run. So now the time that it takes us to get to Shane is much less every single time. Now,
definitely a new development. I think we only started employing that a few months ago.
Yeah, it's actually it's one of the few things that I came back to speedrunning this game for this marathon, and I looked at it and I was like, "What? You can do that?" And I just never really thought to do it. And I mean, it makes sense to do it on Shane's birthday because you're already going up that way. But up until, a couple months ago, nobody was doing that. And it saves so much time. And it makes the Cinder Sap skip, which we do on the 24th, a lot more rewarding.
Yes. Yeah, it saves so much time, and it's always the little things that you end up overlooking. Like, tiny things, like pressing J to open up the menu. Or just moving stuff around, like moving your bed. Just moving your bed closer to the door will save you so much time. Alright, so Rad here is going to be getting 1,600 gold in order to buy 4 beers for Shane. Beer is one of Shane's most loved items. Because of his backstory that we mentioned earlier. We can't get beer until the startup saloon opens at noon. And this is one of my favorite skips.
Yeah.
I love this skip.
So basically, they make sure that you can't actually lock the characters out of their routines. So if you try, they become impatient with you, and then they start running a lot faster.
Beautiful. Just enough money.
Yeah, I made sure to sell exactly enough because my energy is actually pretty low. So we're going to get to another cool thing, which is we are going to exhaust ourselves.
Exhausting out is a mechanic in the game that we use to teleport. Basically, we teleport back home. It's so much faster than just running home to the lower cabin, even though we have moved it so that it's closer to the entrance. Exhausting out is just so much faster. You basically pass out on the street, which isn't great, but it's effectively a teleportation device. We end up waking up in our bed the next day.
Yeah, if you run out of health or energy, the good folks are kind enough to actually help you back to your home at a slight fee, 10% of everything that you have, and you lose some of your items as well.
But thankfully, 10% of 0 is still 0. We don't lose anything.
Yeah, and I'm not losing myself in the mines, so I don't actually lose any items either. So just losing a little bit of money, and we don't care about that.
Everything is workable. Right now, Rad is clearing up the area right next to their cabin. This is going to be super important for the summer. We need not the geode. Picking up the geode is picking up the geode is a tiny bit of a time loss, maybe a second or two. And you got the coal. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we got our coal, got our gifts. We got a clear path for all of that. Let's see. So this is going to be the last sort of front-loaded strat that we're coming up on the next day. And then it's all smooth sailing from there. Most of the summer strat is a good time for donations, but we're going to get to that. So I'm just going to clear out my inventory a little bit.
Leading up to the 24th, we're going to be doing something called Cinder Sap Skip. So basically, there is a festival. This is the sort of like an equivalent of the flower festival. The area that the festival is held in is it's in the lower forest. This area locks out at 6:10 a.m., meaning that if we were to try and attempt to enter the area after 6:10 a.m., we wouldn't be able to. We would effectively be locked out. Cinder Sap Skip helps us, is basically we enter the area before 6:10. It basically enables us to give Shane that beer that we have in the inventory, and it's a great opportunity to continue chopping down those trees. It's really, really important that we get Cinder Sap Skip, because otherwise the friendship routing would go absolutely awry. We wouldn't have enough friendship points to dance with him at the flower festival. It's a really great cutscene that it's so much fun to watch. Yeah. And it's really important for the friendship routing as well.
Without Cinder Sap, you have to make another gift day up somewhere, and it just becomes a real pain in the neck. So I planted all of those pine nuts right there, just as a way of, one, getting them out of my inventory, but two, they might be relevant later if I'm running into wood issues later on, which kind of happened a lot in my practice. So that's my favorite safety strat. I use it in all my marriage runs. Just Allows me to grow wood on the way to Shane. Getting, oh my god, no forage.
G, please.
Hello?
Oh no. Well, we'll make it work.
Yeah, so we're gonna have maybe the worst possible economy in this game. I have no money, no forage. I'm going to be going off entirely my parsnips for all of summer. Which, let's see, it's grown, right? Nope, not yet. Alright, so I gotta make sure I get my, watering can out before festival starts too. This is not great! Alright, this is not great.
We'll make it work. RNG in Stardew Valley can be surprisingly punishing. If just one thing is like missing, or if something just goes a little bit haywire, it can throw everything off. However, we do have plenty of backup strats. We can and we will finish this run. It'll be great. It'll be fine. We've got this.
If I can't get 40 peppers, I'm gonna have to increase the number of harvests that I do to 7, which means I'm basically watering every day, which makes summer a lot longer and more boring, but it's better than not having the economy at all.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. So this is the Flower Festival. We asked Shane if he would be so kind as to dance with us.
He does, because we did all that stuff in spring. This is a good time for a donation, because it's just a cutscene we can't get through.
Oh, okay. We definitely have a $9 anonymous donation with no comment. Just to remind everyone that the Chicory, A Colorful Tale Climb the Mountain incentive is only $19 away, not even $19 away from being met. So get those donations in right now, and we can meet that donation incentive. We have, oh, I'm sorry, I spoke a little too soon. Penguin Brit just donated $20, which met the incentive, saying, Guwood Wuk, rad, you marry that beautiful, sad man, heart.
I will. Brit is my co-runner for 2-player and 3-player marriage percent, alongside Blade for 3-player, and Blade's sort of a legend in the speedrunning community. We held the world record, Brit and I, together for 2-player, until Blade took it from us. Now we only hold... now we only hold the 3-player along with Blade. But yeah, Brit's another, actually someone I introduced to the speedrunning community here, so really happy to see Brit in the chat as well. How is it going, Brit? Love.
Penguin Brit and Rad make a really great team. If you saw their run on Never Before Seen, it was really great.
Yeah,
and,
we were
with that goal being met. Sorry to interrupt. Did not mean to.
Okay.
With that goal being met, we have just opened up our next target, which is going to be Sonic Adventure DX Big the Cat Story. Another $250 to go and get that story up and running. You guys, gals, non-binary pals, all of you are doing a lovely job. You're pushing us really close to that $1,000 mark right now. So keep those donations coming. We appreciate everything.
You know we're donating for Sonic here in this house. Literally, we are Sonic. So, you can be proud.
Make Sonic proud. Alright, so we have made it to summer. The springtime is one of the bigger obstacles to get over.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh no.
I messed up, so wait, why is that not working? Oh, because I gotta restart the day. I accidentally made 2 chests, just totally randomly. Like, I was not sure why I clicked on the chest, and then I tried to unclick it, like, Bingus, and that didn't work. So, starting over again this day, we didn't lose a lot of time, but we did lose some time, right? So, now I need to make
speedrunning Stardew.
Yeah. I'm gonna donate $10 for every time I have to reset a day. I was gonna announce that at the start, and I just forgot. But now I've done it, so now I can't escape from it.
You know what? That. Alright, so again, we have made it to the summer. The spring is one of the biggest obstacles to get over, and now that we've made it, things get a little bit easier to manage, I'd say. It's definitely less frantic, though there will be plenty of frantic farming. So right now what Reward is doing is planting a whole bunch of seeds. We've got these mixed seeds that we've been picking up throughout the run. There is a 1 in 4 chance that if we plant a mixed seed, you get a hot pepper seed. Hot peppers, or red peppers, the little red skinny peppers, are one of Shane's most loved gifts. He loves these peppers so much. I'm convinced that he takes all of the peppers that we give him throughout the run and he makes the pepper poppers that we get in the mail. You really can't change my mind. So he's going to be Rad is going to be planting 42, I believe, peppers.
Yeah, it's 40 pepper strap, but we're gonna do 2 more just for good luck. And especially now that our economy is the worst it could possibly be, we're gonna need every good luck we can get. Oh, I got some good seed RNG. I got some decent seed RNG. All right.
So yeah, there is a 1 in 4 chance that we get hot pepper seeds, which are that little triad of seeds. You see the orange ones. Oh, jeez. We have a set schedule for summer watering. We also use basic fertilizer. It helps us up the quality of the seeds, and it also gives us a chance of popping extra hot pepper plants.
Yeah.
So that way, it helps boost our economy a lot more. The downside about farming in the summer is that we are once again very reliant on RNG. We really want rain in the summer because it saves us so much time and a lot of energy as well. There are 2 guaranteed rain days during the summer that Rad mentioned earlier, on the 13th and on the 26th. Other than that, we are just at RNG's mercy. But yes, the red peppers are one of Shane's most favorite gifts. This is the bulk of summer. We run out, we gift him some peppers, and then we run back home. I still gotta go buy the pepper seed. You're not gonna be great on money. I will have I have a little bit of contingency money in the journal from the advancement in getting started quests. But it's not going to be enough to get us where we really want to be. So we're going to be struggle busting just a little bit. This is usually where the money ratting comes into play. The whole reason that we pick the forest farm is the foraging that is available to us throughout the year. Sometimes you get real lucky and RNG is kind. But oh geez.
Something is not right here. Is my routing that bad that I only got 17? No, my forge that bad that I only got 17 seeds?
Jeez.
Okay. We're gonna have to do a second buy. We're gonna have to plant a bunch of these seeds, and then we're going to have to do another buyback at Pierre's. I think that's gonna be the only way we can really get through. This is like the worst possible RNG.
This marathon luck is no joke.
No. Okay, so we're gonna water these every single day. We're not even gonna skip 2 and 3, which we normally would do. We just need to get seeds.
You can also maybe try the mixed seed strat. You could plant those extra mixed seeds that you have.
Yeah, I will be doing that as well. Now I got 1 more. Alright, so we're going to be doing some backup strats that I had not actually planned for. I have never in years of running this game had luck this bad with my forage and economy. So we're going to see some new things happen.
It's a new experience.
Yeah, so now would be a good time for donations, I guess, while I collect my thoughts.
Well, I would also like to just take time to remind everyone. Again, we did just start the Big the Cat Story goal, so donate towards that. Also, Monolith Relics of the Past is going to be the next game up. We do have a bid war to choose your ship between Chaos, Overlord, Null, and D13. D13 currently in the lead with $50, and Overlord in second place with $10. We also have the Chikori, a Colorful Tale costume choice between Reptar, Bat Dog, Captain Timo, and Poison Mushroom. Just know that all of your donations are going towards a great cause. That is, sorry, I completely brain farted there. That is Take This, a mental health support charity for the gaming community. Founded in 2012, Take This was the first mental health organization of its kind in the game industry. Their mission is to decrease the stigma and increase the support for mental health in the game enthusiast community and inside the game industry. Keep those donations coming. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions.
We'll have harvestable peppers in 2 days. We're basically going to be doing 7 harvests because this harvest doesn't even matter. It's just harvesting that we're doing to get our normal 6 harvest numbers, basically. We can't do 1 less harvest because of what we're getting here. We have to go all out. So, really struggle busing. But we're going to make sure that we save 1 pepper for Shane. We can gift it to him on Tuesday. We're just not even going to say.
Yes, definitely. Oh, gosh. I've never seen this happen before. So, with the hot peppers, we always go and gift Shane during the week because that is part of his schedule. He leaves very early in the day during the week at 7:10, somewhere between 7:10 and 7:20, to go to Jojo Mart. And we will only gift between Monday and Friday. We don't gift on rain. We usually don't gift on rain days. If it's raining, then we will usually opt for the time save of not needing to water the crops. So we always gift twice a week, every week. And a little fun fact for you all: if you gift a Stardew Valley NPC one of their most loved gifts twice in a row, which is the max amount of times you can gift a Stardew Valley NPC over the course of a week, you can only gift them twice. This is why we don't bombard Shane with the hot peppers. It wouldn't work. We are literally barred from it. If you gift an NPC their most loved gift twice a week, you get an extra 10 points at the end of the week for friendship points. It's really important for the marriage percent routing.
Just using this opportunity to get a little bit of extra wood at the bus stop. I don't normally cut these trees down, but I've got time. I need wood at the end of the run anyway, so we might as well take advantage of as much of it as we can. Get a little bit of forage as well. Just basically just trying to scrounge as much money as we possibly can.
I think if push comes to shove, as far as the money routing goes, you could also take advantage of the blackberry season in the fall.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well. This is the type of lateral thinking that you don't normally have to do in these sorts of speedruns. In any other circumstance, you would just reset this run.
Definitely.
Let's see.
You also noticed that Brad was checking in the trash cans. Sometimes you'll get really valuable items in the trash cans. I've once got, I think it was rice porridge in the trash once. You can get items like fish. You can have items like, you can get rocks and gemstones. all sorts of things can pop up in the trash. It's always worth it to like at least do a little bit of rummaging. If you're scrounging up money, it's a very good backup strat.
Yeah, making a little bit of desperation plays here. Pleasure. A little bit of hope now. Lost some spots as well. Nothing severe though.
You will also notice that we finally put down our little scarecrow. The scarecrow, again, very important to the run. If you put down 15 or less crops, the crow there are these crows who will show up and harass your crops. They'll come down and they'll eat them. But if you plant 15 or less crops, the crows will not spawn. If you plant more than 15 crops, that's when your crops become vulnerable to the crows. The scarecrow, it's in the name. He scares the crows away. He does his job and he will protect the crops for us. It's really, really important, especially because the money routing is a little tight now. We can't afford to lose any of those crops. So we're gonna keep an eye on our favorite scarecrow. Penguin Brit is sending some words of encouragement in the chat.
Thank you, Britt.
Summer weddings are cuter anyway, it's very true.
You could get a summer wedding. I don't think that's even possible. Maybe it's possible? Like, I know it's not possible in a speed run, but has anyone actually managed a summer wedding? Like, that seems like the type of thing that, like, that Blade would do or something like that. Like, basically the equivalent of, like, a low percent, where low is the number of days and not the actual time that passes.
I think Blade has pulled off a spring wedding once, actually.
No way.
I think so, yeah. He definitely tried it. I think he tried to marry Haley in the spring. It was something.
That is, goodness.
Was it?
I don't have words for that.
Okay, Possum in the chat has corrected me. Blade married Haley in Summer 1.
Summer 1, okay. I think that's probably the lowest that it could possibly happen. Right? Like, you just don't have enough days to do, have enough, what's it called? You don't have enough days to do gifts. Like, you only get 2 a week.
It's
brain
tricky.
Is, like, I'm melting here. Like, how do you do, you'd have to, in week 4. Sorry, bit of a side conversation.
Haley also has a birthday in the spring, not unlike Shane, so that helps out a lot.
Yeah. I suppose that does help, actually, quite a bit.
It does. Like, the birthdays are absolutely overpowered in Stardew Valley. It's why we make sure we gift Shane on his birthday, because you get a multiplier. There's something. They're very overpowered in this game.
Times 8 multiplier, if I recall correctly?
I do believe so.
Plant our pine seed. We're gonna need this extra wood probably later on in the run. So it's good to just have it growing in the way. So normally, this is something that I'm going to try and sync up later. Normally, all your crops sprout at the same day. Obviously, because we had to desync because of our poor economy. Have some things that are going to be growing at different days. I'm going to try and sync those up with the rain day or something like that in week 3. It might just be the case, though, that we just have to deal with it. Which is going to look ugly and be a little bit awkward, but not really a loss. Yeah, the speedrun is much more macro.
seeing some really clean animation canceling at work here.
Yeah,
The wonders of AC.
It's interesting. Like, I think that certain people are like better at some animations than others. Like, I know that there's a frame. It's frame dependent, right? And so there's a couple of interesting things about that, and that's that the way that you're facing affects the frame for some actions. For example, if you are cutting wood, I think it's fastest when you're facing sideways, followed by facing up. And when you're facing down, it's the slowest, and also you're the least visible at that time. So it's a tendency of players to just not cut facing down ever when they're speedrunning. Just so you can actually see what you're doing, and you don't have an unreliable frame technique. And then the other tools, let's see. The scythe is the fastest, I believe, and pickaxe.
Yeah. Scythe is really fast because it'll cancel pretty much automatically, and it'll cut down pretty much anything that's right in front of you at the time. The pickaxe, I find, is definitely one of the trickier ones to do. That's why I don't run mines.
True. I should put up a mines percent run and a community center, but like some of them are just big struggles.
Like animation canceling with the watering can, there's just something so soothing about it, even though you're going fast.
Right. Oh, that was the point that I was getting at, is some animations you become a lot more familiar with than others. The watering can is definitely one of them, because if you're marrying, you are using the watering can in a given run. So you better get familiar with the frame rule on that one.
Oh, definitely.
Alright, we're coming up on a guaranteed rain day, so we're just going to sleep through.
Usually during the summer, I'll have my chat spam rain emotes. I think Harley is spamming mine from my channel so we can like get RNG to give us an extra rain day.
I did get a rain day on the 14th.
Ooh.
So, and on the 16th, do I want to harvest now? Yeah, I want to harvest now. Regrettable, but I'll do a gift on Wednesday. On a watering day, basically. This would normally be a gift day for Shane, but this gets all of our crops synced up, and we can utilize the rain. So it's still a time save to just harvest now, gift later. Sorry, not frame rule. Frame rule's a slightly different thing. Oh, also a rain day!
RNG has blessed us on this day.
Making up for some lost ground.
It's a common conception in the marriage percent community that rain during the summer does not exist, because the chances of it raining in the summer starts very, very low, and it gradually increases throughout the season. So it's really, really rare to have the consistent rain days throughout the season. It's not uncommon for a run to go completely without rain days. Sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll get 3 rain days in a row during the last days of the season, because the chances are just that high. But at the beginning, getting early rain days is almost unheard of. Now that we're getting to the end of the season, it's definitely more likely to be getting more rain days. We have to beg RNG. It's a lot of hoping for rain. And in the fall, too, it's a lot of hoping for rain.
Now we're going to get into... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, sure. Every time, without fail, right? So we just got $60 from Ron Klee. Passing 1K, how chaotic. So this donation goes towards the Chaos ship, which is now in the lead during the Monolith Relics of the Past Choose Your Ship bid war. And yes, as they said, we have just passed $1,000 towards our $3,000 goal. Just a reminder that you can donate towards both targets and polls simultaneously. They are not mutually exclusive. You can use 100% of your donation towards both a poll choice and your target. So just keep that in mind so we can get that Sonic Adventure DX Big the Cat story incentive met. But Chaos is now in the lead for Monolith Relics of the Past Choose Your Ship with $61 to D13's $50 in second place.
$1K, that's great!
We're a little behind on wood, but not dangerously so. And now our economy's basically caught up. We're going to do 2 more harvests over the course of this run, and that's going to basically conclude our summer harvesting. Our economy's going to be less bad than mine, and Shane still likes us, so we're okay. Run's unfortunately going to be a little slower, but we're surviving now. We're stabilized.
Fly routing was absolutely amazing. I commend you. I would have freaked out 100%.
Oh, I freaked out. Don't worry. I got a little scared. Oh, we can skip this day.
Now we're back on the watering schedule. There is a certain pattern as to watering that you can follow. There's a spreadsheet that we have that helps keep us in line. I actually have it in front of me. Just in case things went a little bit awry. But yeah, there is a little bit of leeway allowed where you can miss days and sleep through the day instead to save time. Sleeping through days in Stardew Valley, shockingly to some people, is much faster than playing through the entire day.
Yes, and actually, so the reason that I sleep right after the second harvest of the week is because if you're gunning for 2 harvests of the week, you want 6 water days, basically, in a 7-day week. That means that you have 1 day that you can just do whatever with. And the tendency is to get that day out of the way as fast as possible, because if you front load your sleep days, you increase the chance that a rain day will be relevant for your watering route. Unfortunately, we didn't get a rain day on it, but when we had the rain days on the 13th and the 14th, that's a good example of sleeping through a day in order to increase the chances of a rain. And we just happened to get rain on the 14th, so it actually saved us some time.
We get a rain day, it saves us about 6 to 8 seconds, depending on how many peppers you have planted. It adds up over time.
Okay, you know what, I'm just going to gift on this day, and there's an opportunity to get caught up on it. So we're not actually going to save time for a rain day, which is a little regrettable, but we have an unusual harvest period this week anyway, because we're guaranteed a Friday rain day. So I'm just going to get caught up on other stuff. Don't lose time on the back.
To make sure that you get that crisp animation canceling. Penguin Brit again, singing your praises in the chat.
Thank you, Brit. I've also spoiled our runs a decent amount. I tend to make a lot of really random, unforced errors, just by virtue of, you know, it being a very sort of, it's surprisingly fast-paced for how slow it looks, because, again, you're doing canceling of animations on a many times per second basis. The better you are at it, the more animations per second you're canceling. And there's a lot of just thinking that you have to do while you're doing all of these things. And so there's a tendency to just sort of make like a minor clerical error and just completely botch a run. But we're doing okay right now. Most of my mistakes have just been like microsecond, as opposed to like, well, the one reset, for example. But we just, unfortunately, just bad luck. And sometimes, especially with an economy-dependent run.
The money routing and the economy, it's just so important. In Marriage Percent in particular, this is one of the more money and economy-heavy categories in Stardew. Oh no! The lightning has taken out one of the crops. That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna gift
RNG
on this day.
Yeah.
We're gonna sleep through Friday.
RNG is super present throughout the entirety of this run, from the rain days to the lightning strikes to crows. It affects, it's very RNG heavy, but it's something that's easy to manage. It's not very, it's not game breaking in a way. There's always something that you can do to back up your strats. There's always an alternative, and Rad has demonstrated it beautifully throughout this run.
Guaranteed rain day. The next day is going to be a guaranteed harvest, and that's going to be our last harvest, so we're just going to sleep after this. Oh. Talking about, I'm sorry, I missed that. Wasn't paying attention to the one behind the house. Harder to see.
Really easy to lose them behind the cabin. It's unfortunate, but at least it was only one. I've had runs where like I've had 2, 3. I had one with 4 lightning strikes. It was very tragic.
Now we're in the fall.
You'll see.
Go ahead.
All good. You see that Rad picked up Tiller as the level 5 boost. It helps again a lot with the economy. We get 10% more money when we sell crops. Super duper helpful. I don't think this run would be possible if we don't pick up Tiller.
It would definitely require another harvest at bare minimum.
Yeah, definitely. So we're in the fall now. This is the sunset of the run. We're closing in on the end here. We're getting super close now. Are you going to be checking your mailbox right now?
Yes. So there's going to be a minor flashing lights warning. The screen's going to become lighter and darker very rapidly. So if you have, epilepsy or issues with flashing lights, I'm going to caution you when we approach it to please avert your eyes for about 5 seconds. I'll let you know when it's done. But I'm going to get some wood first.
Downtime between picking everything up and needing to go to town. This is a great opportunity for grabbing up extra forage. I'm usually alongside Rad, chopping down trees. It's a really great opportunity to pick up all of your any extra items that you need, wood especially. We have now reached the tail end of the run. Right, the mail money. We're going to be picking up the mail money. This is one of the key reasons as to why we play as a girl in Stardew Valley.
Warning. In 3, 2, 1. Actually, here. And done.
So the mail money. When you pass certain income milestones, I believe the first one is 5,000 and the second one is 15,000 gold, you get letters from your parents. This is like a little reward, sort of marking your progress throughout the game. When you play as a girl, you get 500 gold from your dad for meeting each milestone. If you were to play as a male character, you would get 500 gold and cookies. And the cookies are very nice, but we need the money more than we need the cookies, so we usually opt for the female character.
Yeah, it's just a speedrunning strat, I swear.
It's definitely a speedrunning
Oh my
strat.
gosh, we don't have enough money. So we are still being screwed by our poor economy. Even though we did 7 harvests, we just weren't able to get enough. So I'm going to I'm gonna plant some bok choy, which takes only 4 days to mature. I think a harvest of 30 should be enough. I'll do 40 just in case. We'll still be able to get our house upgrade, which we're gonna do now. But we're gonna be doing another, basically a fall crop harvest that we would never normally do.
On the fly routing. Love marathons. You're doing great, Rad. You're doing great.
Oh, I didn't get the bouquet either. Well, we'll do that.
Oh, no.
No, we have just enough money for that, so it's okay.
Which
We're just
is
gonna
great.
go back this way instead.
It's super common for speedrunners to just dash right past and forget to get the bouquet. It happens to me all the time. The bouquet is at the bottom of Pierre's list. So it's like, oh wait, we gotta get the bouquet. Don't even worry about it. Totally happens.
Yeah, I'm a little rocked by just like how bad the economy was. We got literally 0 forage items on spring 24, which
RNG is just punishing.
Unprecedented. Yeah, normally you'd have about twice as many forage items as I got throughout the entire run, and we just didn't get them. So we're gonna do it on the fly. 40 bok choy should be enough, and then we'll do a contingency gift. That should bring us back up. Sorry, this run might actually run over time, which is my apologies. I actually don't know what we're at for time, so I'm going to assume that we're going to push an hour, though. Utilize as much of this as we can.
I wouldn't worry too much about the estimate right now. Quite frankly, you are showing off some pretty awesome rerouting skills on the fly, and I think that is pretty impressive in and of itself.
So, was not going
Time
to
to get donations for charity.
I'm going to need the stamina, so I'm not going to be able to use that pepper popper to its fullest extent. Or I should have used it earlier. Normally you eat a pepper popper on Fall 4 and on your marriage day. I saved it because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it for money. And then I ended up needing it for energy anyway. So, kind of a lost opportunity there.
And said it can show up in the mail later as well. So,
yes.
And when your villagers reach a certain threshold in friendship, they will start gifting you items in the mail that they really love. It's also another common backup strat that we use in Marriage Percent. Shane will gift us pizzas and pepper poppers. The pepper poppers are super vital to the routing because they give us a speed boost, and the pizzas are just great for extra money.
Yeah, we actually got good contents for the mail. We got 4 pizzas and 2 pepper poppers, which is about as good as you can
great.
get. Yeah. We're just going to deposit this. We're not going to go to Pierre's again. I think we're going to be fine on economy if we deposit what we've got here.
Yes, definitely.
And so, let's see. Thinking. When we do that, we're going to get our other mail. We're going to do it's speedrunning strat, I swear, girl pick. Totally unrelated, but trans rights are human rights.
Trans rights are human rights.
Probably my favorite joke of the Stardew Valley speedrunning community is it's a speedrunning strat, I swear, because it's true in a couple games where it's just objectively the the best strategy to pick the girl. Stardew Valley is one of them. Pokemon Ruby Sapphire is the other one. I think that's like the original joke one. And it's a side effect of that is that it may crack a few eggs in the speedrunning community.
I love that so much. I didn't know that about Pokemon. That it's faster to play as the girl. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because of the rival battles. It changes the outcome of one of the earlier rival battles. It's less hard to dodge the RNG for. Alright, so now we need to harvest our bok choy. And, oh. Hopefully this will put us over the edge. Because I am not doing another harvest. I think if I can avoid it. Not these... let's get a little bit of wood while we're here. And we're gonna make... Ooh.
We're gonna present him with the bouquet and ask if we can go steady.
And then we're gonna...
And make it official.
Yeah, and then we're gonna veer hard left into marriage, like, right away. We don't go steady here, we go fast-paced.
No brakes on this train. Usually,
One more.
I could talk... Let's see.
I'll get him
I could talk about... You're doing great, Rad. You've got this.
I want to be serious. Let me go.
I really love watching how Shane warms up to you throughout the run. And he even apologizes for it. He says, I'm sorry that I was so rude to you when we first met. It usually takes me a while to warm up to people. And one of my favorite lines is when you present him with a gift and he asks you, what do you want? Do you want money? And I think it's really funny. I always point it out when I'm streaming.
Yeah, Jane struggles with very low sense of self-worth, which is pretty common with people who have... Oh, sorry, one more secret warning.
Common with people who suffer from depression and anxiety. Shane's story is amazing. It's a great show of growth and personal development through hardship. He grows a lot as a character, and if you play Stardew Valley casually, I definitely suggest at least befriending Shane. Even if you don't intend on marrying him, just his friendship events are beautiful. Though I do have to warn you that there are it deals with severe topics of depression, anxiety, and suicide. So go in with the warning, but it's very moving. I think Concerned Ape did a really great job with the depth of all of the characters.
We had to go up to the North House anyway, so we're moving our bed and television so that we can talk to the weather reporter. Figure, yay, we got rain tomorrow. Let's go. I'm gonna do our extra gift. Just as a safety thing, because I am trusting nothing at this point. I wouldn't trust my own eyes if I could see them in front of my face. Need to make absolutely sure we are good to marry Shane.
We definitely have the prerequisite amount of money that we need for buying the marriage pendant. Unfortunately, we can't unlock that right now because one of the prerequisites, aside from repairing the bridge, which is what we need the 300 wood for, is you have to have 10 hearts with a marriageable candidate. Otherwise, the old mariner will not give you the pendant. Friendship routing, super duper important. There is also the decay that needs to be factored into everything. There we go, best friends. We've got 10 hearts. 10 hearts with Shane. Let's go.
the decay advances the higher your relationship status is. So that's why you want to avoid using the bouquet as much as possible. I really just ended up using it anyway because I planned for a safety gift. So it didn't matter that much whether I was micromanaging my friendship points with him. But if you weren't micromanaging it to the absolute fullest extent, you would want to delay that gift as much as possible. I ended up having something happen in my practice runs where I had such bad fall rain RNG that even with waiting for the fortune teller, my friendship decayed so much that giving him a loved gift the day before and the day of did not get me to 10 hearts. So I planned all of the contingencies for this run.
You've been doing great. You've been doing a great job, especially with this on-the-fly routing. I can't commend you enough for this.
Right. Came in just under the buzzer on money. We had 67 gold left. After this, there's nothing to do but sleep and then actually have the wedding cutscene. So if we have any final donations that we want to do now, is a good time for those.
Absolutely. So we have Squigga donating $60 saying, "Good luck, Lilac. Knock him out." That is in reference to Lilac coming up next to run Monolith Relics of the Past. And then, of course, we have Ori Sky with $2.98 saying, "Hi, it's your donation rounder here again to round up the total. Also, let's get Big Story into the marathon." And with that, we have brought our donation total to $1,000 or $1,069.69.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So the time will be on the kiss, and I will call it out. And it's going to be a little visual effect of the heart between the two of them. Our final cutscene. So I am rewardadrawer, and with me has been Blackheart Wings. I used to stream a lot more frequently on Twitch. I'm planning on getting back into it. I do a lot of rhythm game stuff as well as alt control stuff. And I also do a little bit of speedrunning. I want to learn a couple other speedruns. If you have any easy games to recommend to me, I'd be happy to hear them. Right, and that's it for me. Do you have any other want to do any other closing messages or anything like that?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Rad. I really appreciate it. I've never done commentary before. This was my first time. So, thank you so much. And I definitely suggest, like, if anybody is interested in speedrunning Stardew Valley, you should definitely check us out on speedrun.com/Stardew Valley. I'm one of the moderators for the community, and I'm very approachable. I would like to think so. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me or anybody else. We have a Discord that is linked on speedrun.com. You're more than welcome to join. I've been Blackheart Wings. I also stream on Twitch every possible Sunday. I stream Stardew Valley speedruns. You're more than welcome to come by at Twitch TV slash Blackheart Wings. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having us and for featuring Stardew Valley. It's been great, and fast paced. Fast pace for Headspace. It's such a great cause. Definitely keep those donations coming in.
And for
thank you all again so much.
As someone who's had lifelong issues struggling with depression and learning to live with autism and ADHD and being multiply neuro and having mental health issues, mental health is health. If you need help, to reach out to somebody. Please talk to somebody. There are lifelines that you can talk to. The Trevor Project is great. Trans Lifeline, if you are LGBTQ or trans. There are also suicide help hotlines. Please reach out to somebody who will be happy. Your friends are happy to help you. That's me, so stay rad, y'all.
All right, everyone, one more round of applause for rewardadrawer for an amazing Stardew Valley marriage percent run. And even with all of the RNG just working against you, you still managed to come in shy of 5 over the estimate. So that's still pretty outstanding. all
Thank you.
things considered, it was wonderful watching all of the on-the-fly rerouting to make this run work. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for that amazing speed run. You were wonderful. Up next, we're going to have Lilac running Monolith Relics of the Past. Please don't go anywhere.